Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a new chapter, Theory of Equations. This chapter contains 9 marks weightage in IB examination. One 7-mark question and one 2-mark question will come. Alright. In this chapter, polynomials, we are already so many things we have learned. So first we are learned that we are recall that the definitions and all. So first one is nth degree polynomial. If n is a non-negative integer and a1, a2, a3 and so on an are real or complex numbers and a not equal to 0, then the expression f of x equal to a naught x power n plus a1 x power n minus 1 plus a2 x power n minus 2 plus and so on an is called nth degree polynomial in x. Generally, polynomials we can classify into two different ways. One is based on the terms and another one is based on the degree. So based on the terms we are observing means only one term is there means then that polynomial we are calling as monomial. Two terms is there means binomial. Three terms is there means then trinomial. Four terms is there means quadrinomial and so on, like this. Number of, based on the number of terms. How many number of terms is there? Based on that we can give the name for that polynomial. In the similar way, we can give the name for the polynomial by using the degree also. So already we are learning straight line chapter we learned. So straight line means nothing but linear equation in one variable and two variable. Both the variables we are discussed. So based on the degree we are observing means polynomials. A polynomial with the degree 1 is called linear polynomial. Linear polynomial means degree equal to 1 means we are calling it as linear polynomial. Similarly, degree equal to 2 means we are calling it as quadratic polynomial. In the previous chapter also we learned quadratic expressions is nothing but quadratic polynomial. Next, cubic polynomial. Degree equal to 3 means then we are calling it as cubic polynomial. And so on. Degree 4 means biquadratic, degree 5 means power 5 polynomial. Like this we are giving the names based on the degree also. So first, what is meant by degree? Degree means the highest power of all the terms, the highest power of the variable among all the terms in the polynomial. Suppose if you are looking here means in this example f of x equal to a naught x power n plus a1 x power n minus 1 plus a2 x power n minus 2 plus and so on an we are giving here. So here number of terms we are observing means a1, a2, a3 and so on up to an is there means n plus 1 terms is there here. So among all these terms, what is the highest power of the variable? Here variables we are observing means at the last term an, there is no variable in that term. Remaining all the terms variables is there and the first term is x power n. Remaining second term x power n minus 2, x power n minus 1, x power n minus 3 and so on, like this it is there. So among all these variables, if you are observing means x power n is the highest power. So the degree of this polynomial is now n. So that's why we are calling it as nth degree polynomial. Now in this polynomial, here we are taking it as a naught, a1, a2 and so on an are coefficients of f of x. Coefficients means numerical coefficients. Here we are taking a naught, a1, a2 and so on an. These all are coefficients of f of x. And a naught is called leading coefficient of f of x. Leading means nothing but highest power. Which term having the highest power, for that term it is the coefficient. That's why we are calling it as a naught is the leading coefficient of f of x. And an is called constant term or absolute term. Means in this term there is no variable. So that's why we are calling it as constant term or absolute term. Sometimes polynomial in x of degree n is represented by, means some different notations also we are taking for this. So actually for in first example we are taking as f of x equal to a naught x power n plus a1 x power n minus 1 plus a2 x power n minus 2 plus so on an. This is the general form. So sometimes general form we are writing as by changing the coefficients like this. F of x equal to a naught plus a1x plus a2x square plus and so on plus an x power n. What is the difference in these two cases means? Just we are changing the coefficients, that's it. Here x power leading quotient we are taking as a naught here. Here we are taking an. So that is the change here. So we can represent in any way, no problem. Only in case of coefficients we can take in any order we can take. Right. Now in this case, if you are writing the polynomial, nth degree polynomial in this form, then here an is called leading coefficient. And a naught, a1, a2 and so on an, all are called coefficients. In this among all the coefficients, an is called leading coefficient and a naught is called constant term or absolute term. So this is only the change in the previous case and here. So just we are changed the coefficients from left to right. We are changed the order. So that's why here leading coefficient is an and constant term or absolute term is a naught. Right. Next, constant polynomial. Previously we had discussed linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, biquadratic polynomial. Like this all. Linear means degree 1. Quadratic means degree 2. Cubic means degree 3. Biquadratic means degree 4. Like this it is extending and so on. So if you are observing means constant polynomial. So this is also one type of polynomial. Here the degree of non-zero constant polynomial is 0. Constant polynomial in the sense there is no variable term in that. Simply we can take only one term. That one term also without variable we are taking. So examples we are considering means here for constant polynomial. Here we are telling non-zero also. Means we can take other than 0 any numerical value we can take. Suppose 5. 5 is a constant polynomial. Why? Because there is no variable term in that. So that polynomial we are calling it as constant polynomial. If that 5 into x power 0 we can write 5 into x power 0. In the sense x power 0 means here highest power is 0 only. So that's why 0 is its degree. Constant polynomial has 0 degree. And next 0 polynomial. 0 polynomial means the degree of 0 polynomial is not defined. Here why? Because 0 polynomial in the sense that is 0 constant polynomial. Means directly example is 0 itself. 0 into x or 0 into x power n or 0 into x power 5. So in this case any value of x we can take, any power of x we can take. We are multiplying with the coefficient 0. So it will become 0. So in this case we can't able to define the degree of the polynomial. That's why the degree of 0 polynomial is not defined. Right. Next, monic polynomial. A polynomial with leading coefficient 1 is called a monic polynomial. Monomial means only one term will be there. Here monic polynomial means a polynomial with leading coefficient 1. Means for any polynomial expression, the highest power, which term having the highest power, for the term numerical coefficient is 1 means we are calling it as monic polynomial. We can take example here. Look at this. Any polynomial p of x degree greater than or equal to 1 can be written as p of x equal to a naught into p naught of x. Means we can take a numerical value common. Then it will become another polynomial a naught into p naught of x, where a naught is leading coefficient of p of x and p naught of x is a monic polynomial. Example we can take here. Look at this polynomial p of x equal to 5 into x power 4 plus 10x cube minus x square. From this I am taking 5 common. Then it becomes x power 4 plus 2x cube minus 1 by 5 x square. Now what is there in the bracket, this is a monic polynomial. So any polynomial we can write as p of x equal to a naught into p naught of x. So this p naught of x is nothing but monic polynomial. So what is the definition for this? Monic polynomial means a polynomial with leading coefficient 1 is called a monic polynomial. Right. Next, coming to the algebraic equation, definition of an algebraic equation. If f of x is a polynomial means in the sense expression of degree n greater than 0, then the equation f of x equal to 0 is called polynomial equation or algebraic equation of degree n. Means already we know expression and equation difference. Similarly here also algebraic equation means f of x is a polynomial means expression, f of x is a expression of degree n greater than 0, then f of x equal to 0 is called the polynomial equation or algebraic equation of degree n. Next definition is zero of polynomial or root of equation. So in case of expression we are taking means we are calling it as 0. In case of equation we are calling it as root. So the definition is a real or complex number alpha is said to be 0 of polynomial f of x or the root of the equation f of x equal to 0 if f of alpha equal to 0. Means when you are substituting that real or complex number value alpha in that expression or equation, it is giving 0 means, then we are calling it as 0 of polynomial, or in case of equation it is root of the equation f of alpha equal to 0. Next, in this theory of equations, remainder theorem and factor theorem you can learn now. Remainder theorem statement is, let f of x be a polynomial of degree n greater than 0. Let a belongs to C. Then there exists a polynomial q of x of degree n minus 1 such that f of x equal to x minus a into q of x plus f of a. This is the statement for this remainder theorem. Here what is the meaning means, here for any polynomial f of x, a belongs to C. C means in the sense here complex number system. So a belongs to C. Then there exists a polynomial q of x of degree n minus 1 means 1 less than that given polynomial. Given polynomial degree is n and the q of x degree is n minus 1 such that f of x equal to x minus a into q of x plus x minus a plus f of a. So this is the statement for this theorem. We can prove this. Let f of x equal to means one polynomial expression I am taking here, f of x equal to a naught x power n plus a1 x power n minus 1 plus a2 x power n minus 2 plus and so on a n minus 1 into x plus a n. This is the polynomial expression we are considering, and we are defining another polynomial q of x with coefficients b0, b1, b2 and so on bn minus 1. Why? Because bn minus 1 means here when we are compared to f of x and q of x, here f of x degree is n and q of x degree is n minus 1 means coefficients also 1 less than will be there. N plus 1 coefficients is there for f of x and n coefficients is there for q of x. So that's why we are defining that q of x here now. So b naught equal to a naught, b1 equal to a1 plus ab naught, b2 equal to b2 plus ab1 and so on. Bn minus 1 equal to an minus 1 plus a bn minus 2. Like this we are defining the coefficients of the q of x expression. Now we are writing the q of expression, q of x expression. So this we can write as with that coefficients b naught into x power n minus 1 Here we are reducing x power nth term. Actually f of x is with x power n will be there. Here q of x we are writing with n minus 1. So b naught into x power n minus 1 plus b1 into x power n minus 2 plus and so on plus bn minus 1 into x plus bn minus 1. Similarly here last term in f of x is an. Here bn minus 1. One value is reduced here. So f of x and q of x both are now we are defined. Now consider the value x minus a into q of x. So we are defining f of x and q of x. Now I am considering the value x minus a into q of x. Product of these two values I am considering now. Now multiply this q of x to this x minus a. X into q of x minus a into q of x. Here q of x value already we defined there. So that value I am replacing here. So x into b naught x power n minus 1 plus b1 x power n minus 2 plus and so on plus bn minus 2 into x plus bn minus 1 minus a into again q of x b naught into x power n minus 1 plus b1 into x power n minus 2 plus and so on plus bn minus 2 into x plus bn minus 1. So I am substituting q of x in both the places. Now we need to multiply this x to this all the terms and a to this all these terms, and we need to subtract this. So when you are multiplying x to this first term, here already x power n minus 1 is there. When you are multiplying with x, it will become x power n. And when you are multiplying this x to this term, x power n minus 2, it will become x power n minus 1. And so on. This x value will become x power x into x square term like it will come. And this x into bn minus 1, x term like it will come. Means in this entire product, there is no constant term. Last term also it will become as x term when we are multiplying this x to here. Similarly, this a term also. For all the terms we need to multiply a. Now we are going to take a common. First value we can write here. X into x power n minus 1 will become as x power n. So b naught into x power n. This is the first term. Next second term. Here x into x power n minus 2 means x power n minus 1 will come. So this is also x power n minus 1 term. This is also x power n minus 1 term. Now from this 2 we can take x power n minus 1 common. I am taking x power n minus 1 common. Here b1 will be there and here a into b naught will be there. So minus ab naught. Like this all the terms it will come plus and so on. Here this last two terms also. Here bn minus 1 into x will be there here. And here bn minus 2 into x will be there here. This a also will be multiplied here. Now we are taking x value common. Then x value we are taking from this term. So bn minus 1 is there. And x value I am taking common from this term. A into bn minus 2 into x. Means x taking common means a into bn minus 2 will come here. Minus, and the last term is here all the terms will be over. In this minus a into bn minus 1 is there. So that term I am writing here. Minus a into bn minus 1. Now already we know that b0, b1, b2 all values we are defined there. So what is the definition here? Look at this. b0 equal to a0. b1 equal to a1 plus ab0. Means from the second term, if you are taking ab0 to this side, then a1 equal to b1 minus ab0. In the similar way, these terms are not b0. This is a1, a2 term. This is a2 and this is a3 term. a2 and this is a3 term. Just to change these corrections, a2, a3. Right. Now from this a2 term we want means we can write it as b2 minus ab1. In the same way a3 term we want means we can write it as b3 minus ab2. Like this we are replacing means in this expression. Then all the terms will become like this. b0 means a0. The similar way b1 minus ab0 means that is a1. and so on, plus and so on. Bn minus 1 minus a bn minus 2 means that value is an minus 1 into x minus abn minus 1. So we are replacing all these quotients with in terms of a0, a1, a2 and so on. Now in this, so this expression we are going to take means this entire value, all values will be except the last term, remaining all values will be f of x minus an minus abn minus 1. So this value we got, so means we are replacing this all the terms with f of x minus an. Why? Because here we are taking the expression f of x as like this, f of x equal to a0 x power n plus a1 x power n minus 1 plus and so on an minus 1 into x plus an. In that expression up to this term it is there. This an term we are bringing to this side, f of x minus an. So that value we are replaced here, f of x minus an minus abn minus 1. Now, so we are which value we are considered here, x minus a into q of x value. So that value we are writing here, x minus a into q of x equal to f of x minus an minus abn minus 1. Now we are writing f of x value from this. So take both the terms to this side, x minus a into q of x plus an plus abn minus 1. Right. Now we are replacing this an plus abn minus 1 as c, one constant term like we are taking, right, where c equal to an plus abn minus 1. Now by substituting x equal to a in this above expression, x equal to a we are substituting, this entire term will become 0. So f of x equal to c will come. So f of a equal to 0 plus c means c equal to f of a. We are replacing this c value with this f of a. Now the expression will become f of x equal to x minus a into q of x plus f of a. Now this is the remainder theorem. So here what is the remainder means, in the f of x, if we are substituting a value means then c equal to f of a. So this is only the remainder for the entire quotient. So this is remainder theorem. So next similarly factor theorem is also there. So we will look at about it. Right, next one is factor theorem. So its statement is, let f of x be a polynomial of degree n greater than 0. Let a belongs to c. We say that x minus a is a factor of f of x if there exists a polynomial q of x such that f of x equal to x minus a into q of x. In this case, remainder value will be 0. Remainder 0 means then the term will become a factor of this polynomial. So that is only we are writing. So statement is again, f of x is a polynomial of degree n greater than 0 and a belongs to c. C means in the sense here complex number system. We say that x minus a is a factor of f of x if there exists a polynomial q of x such that f of x equal to x minus a into q of x. So this is a factor theorem, and its corollary is let f of x be a polynomial of degree n greater than 0. Then x minus a is a factor of f of x if and only if f of a equal to 0. Means x minus a is a factor means then when you are substituting this a value in the polynomial it will give 0. Or f of a equal to 0 means then we can tell that x minus a is a factor. So this is the factor theorem and its corollary. Next class we can discuss about number of roots of a nth degree polynomial and relation between roots and coefficients of the polynomial equation, and how to solve the polynomial equations we will learn in the next class. Right. Thank you.